Welcome back to another week of Unqualified Sports Talk, episode 16. Guys, our podcast has a driver's license now, at least in the state of North
Essentially,
Carolina.
they don't have their after nines yet, though.
No,
So,
true. It has not been 6 months.
mm-mm.
So,
Dumbest thing ever.
honestly. But hey, our driver's license, or excuse me, our podcast is about to be out of the house. It's growing up so quickly.
Yeah, here in 2 weeks, going off to college.
I know. Oh, man. What a road. What a wild, wild road. But hey, aging is something that happens to everyone, you know? And as some people get older, they want to go see bigger and better things, pursue bigger and better opportunities. And wow, is that a segue? Because the first thing we're talking about, as we always do, is the NFL. And you know who wants to get away to bigger and better things? Julio
Me
Jones and Bryce Turner.
and me. Yeah,
At the same time, go to the same place.
that's fine with me.
Honestly. Because Julio is actually going to move, and I think we spoke it into existence. I'm just going to say that. But
Kinda, we did.
So we're pretty good at that, though, at this point.
As we do here, we do speak things into existence. Case in point, Julius Randle, but we say that every week.
Yeah, I mean,
But the more you believe it, the more it happens. But so, guys, where is this man? Where is this toe tapping legend going?
Well, I just think it's funny, first of all, that he essentially just came out and said to Shannon Sharp he wanted to leave, and it was kind of just out of nowhere. Nobody saw it coming. The organization didn't even see it coming. So I thought that was freaking hilarious, first of all.
It was.
it
Because
was, but they had already been like listening to offers because of the salary cap crunch they're in with a bunch of big extensions coming up. So it was kind of like they hadn't heard anything from his side, and then he finally says he wants out. So
it's official. Yeah.
at that point, it's
Let him go. He's deserved the right to demand a trade from Atlanta. Yeah. He deserves it. But in terms of where he's going, I don't know. I think every team out there said I've seen everything I've seen like social media. Every fan base has a reason to believe that they're going to get him, and it's actually hilarious.
But
Including
only, like 6 are realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly know obviously the Saints aren't realistic. But like I don't know, I don't think there's too many teams that aren't realistic, right?
I don't know. I mean, he's 32 years old. I think any team that isn't looking to contend as of next year is out of the market. Any team with a bunch of young receivers is probably out of the market. Any team without the capital to trade for him, aka Houston, out of the market. Same thing with cap. Like, we're to the point now where you've already had to do all of your cap gymnastics. So you're going to have to do even more if you're up against that cap to make the room for Julio.
True.
Yeah.
So
the value on the draft picks has been like pushed back, right? Because if this trade happens before the draft, the picks have way more value because now you don't know where they're going to be. You don't know where they're going to be for another 8 months, right? So if they do this before, the picks carry more value, and I don't think teams are willing to get rid of them at this point.
yeah, I was about to say the reason you take, your first round draft picks because you see something in them. You're not just gonna kind of throw that away for a 32-year-old receiver. I mean, I don't really see it happening. But I think if you're any team, you kind of throw stuff out there, whether it's a lot or not. But I think the bigger offers are gonna because what they said that they've gotten some first round picks offered to them.
Yeah.
I don't know who that would be from. They probably haven't come out saying who it's going to be from yet, but you got to think it's from some sort of contender out there, whether that be the Colts might be a good fit. I mean, heck, the Dolphins.
Well, I think the Colts are one of those teams that's so up against the cap because they have to
Yeah.
extend Big Q, and they have to extend. Gosh,
And they
it's
just took
another
on the
lineman.
Wentz contract, so
Yeah,
That's true.
They have really good linemen. I can't remember his name. I think his last name's Smith. Braden Smith, I think.
And
But
of
yeah,
course I've seen things him going to the Patriots, going to the Bills, going everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's also because you follow the fan pages and they're gonna fantasize whatever. That's probably. I mean, I don't think it's real. Obviously, anything can happen.
I don't think it's realistic either.
If I had to put my money on two teams, I'd say Tennessee or Baltimore. But
Him
then
going to
again,
Baltimore would be a waste.
I mean, that's what you say, but if Lamar can throw 50-50 balls, you can't load the box.
True. That's
Yeah.
true.
And same thing with Tennessee.
For Derek.
Yeah, Derek, but also, I mean, could you imagine AJ Brown as not the number one receiver? Like,
yeah,
It's wild.
he's able to run
with
free.
him loading, yeah, they load the box against Derrick Henry and they double Julio. I mean, there you go, one-on-one AJ Brown, and
Yeah,
we all know he can post pretty much anybody.
Yeah, he was already beating the double teams last year and the shades over the top. So, I mean,
What's the Seahawks cap look like?
I don't think they have any, nor do I think they have draft capital
Okay.
because of the Jamal Adams thing.
Yeah,
And-
they're
Yeah,
pretty.
They definitely
yeah.
don't have draft capital.
They're
then
definitely
again,
not in a
you know.
contention point for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
But
of who else would be
established
good.
player maybe from Seattle, but I don't really
And-
know their full situation.
I know they also said they don't want to trade NFC unless it's something they like, which means what? Trading to some awful team.
Well, yeah, or it has to be
Definitely
like
out
a
of the division.
extremely good offer,
Oh, without a doubt, out of the division.
unless it's again a ridiculous offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think a team like the Broncos is probably sending just about everything they have at this point, right? Like,
I don't know because you're still holding out for Rodgers, and that's a team like
true. Yeah.
how many young receivers do they have? Like they can't really afford to give snaps to anybody. I get it for contending, but you care more about the development of your young receivers, right? If you're not really looking to be a good team this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a smart move for Denver, especially if you can lay it out there and get Rodgers, but yeah, I don't know. He's going to go somewhere though, right? Like it's
Somewhere.
I mean, that's
guaranteed.
the whole thing. We're going to
Yes.
see.
I mean, Green Bay even.
Yeah.
Maybe that gets Rodgers to stay.
They'll
Which it
have the
won't.
draft capital issue as well, or not draft, the cap space issue as well though.
Well, I mean, watch them trade Rodgers and boom, 3-team trade, and then Jordan Love has the best receiver duo in history.
True.
Could
Gosh.
be pretty spicy.
Yeah, and he has
Very crispy.
Julio, Devontae, and the Lizard. Like that's a trio.
The lizard. I love that.
I love him.
But yeah, I think it's fair to say though that this one is more up in the air than most trade requests we've seen in the past.
Mhm.
Like this one is one you'll definitely have to watch and watch for a while because I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Also could see Atlanta intentionally trading him to a team that, it doesn't really make as much sense for them to have him. Just as strategy.
Yeah, and just getting something, honestly, because they're not winning with him, like we said. So I could see them cutting their losses and just taking the best deal that they get, regardless of where he goes.
I agree.
But then if it's me and I'm the GM, that's honestly what I'm doing at this point. Best deal outside the division. Boom, done.
Take it and run with it.
Yep.
Fair enough.
But
Fair enough. Well, guys, obviously Julio Jones is a legend of the wide receiver world. Hopefully his career doesn't amount to a Megatron career. But we'll see. But one career that came to an end this fateful day, May 20 something. What's even the date?
27th.
27th, 2021. The GOAT of the kicking world, Adam Vinatieri,
Absolutely.
has hung up the cleats. Officially. Did he even play last year? No, I don't think he did. He? No.
I don't think so.
Was he even on a roster? I don't
I
think
think
so.
for a little bit, but not like during the season.
Okay, so no. Yeah, Adam Vinatieri hung up the cleats, boys. From the Patriots to the Colts. What was it? 4 or 5 Super Bowls?
I believe it was just 3, right?
Oh, it was just 3. 2 with the Patriots, 1 with the Colts.
No, 3 with the Patriots. Because I don't think he was on that Colts team, was he?
I don't. What year was that?
07.
That the
No. 06. 06.
he went to
07.
he went to
07.
he went to Indy in 06.
Okay. Then he won that Super Bowl.
Then it's 4.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. He won a lot of Super Bowls. He's a really freaking good kicker, probably the clutchest postseason kicker of all time. Accolades go on and on and on and on and on. I can't understand. Never mind. But
He has like 3 of the 5 best kicks ever.
Yeah. And weirdly enough, he was only a 3-time All-Pro and / Pro Bowler in 20-something seasons.
Well, hey,
really,
clutch
but hey,
is what matters.
my stats guy just got back to us. 4 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, so we were right.
And also, isn't he the highest scorer in NFL history as well? Points leader?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's close anymore because
No.
he played for a few more seasons.
Well, better be a first ballot Hall of Famer, or I'll be pissed off. But
Andy was undrafted. Just add to it.
Dude, there's so many interesting facts. And Carson, I know there's a fact you wanted to get off your chest about Adam.
Adam Vinatieri was the last player in the NFL, the NBA, or in Major League Baseball to have played in the 1990s. All
Wow.
that's left are 3 hockey players. Don't know their names. We don't cover hockey, but
Yeah. From the big
Rest in
3, he was the last one.
But if we did cover hockey, hook 'em Canes, and we're pulling for him tonight.
hook 'em Canes, baby.
I've been to a game, 2 games, so I'm pretty
I've been to one.
well
so
versed. Me too. I got a
I've been to
terrible
one,
towel
and
on anything.
I know one
Everything.
player name.
I still don't know what icing is, but
Shut up.
that's a I think it's like offsides in soccer.
But
No,
isn't
'cause they
there's
have
also
offsides in
offsides?
hockey.
Yeah.
Icing
Backwards
is when
offsides.
you're controlling the puck in your own zone and you just smack it to the other end.
So offsides.
No, well, it's like offsides, but on your own side. Kind of.
Backwards
Kind of.
offsides.
No, but it's like you have to smack. It's not like you can't carry it. You can carry the puck offsides, but you can't carry the puck to icing. You have to hit it to the other end.
Yeah. It's whenever you're so far away from the puck.
It's basically so that defense has to play defense instead of just smack the puck out.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. It's like
He still doesn't understand. It's okay. Next.
it's the anti-punt rule. Maybe.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, the NHL isn't that important.
The NBA playoffs might be going on. I think they're going on.
Yeah, I think we got another blowout in Milwaukee, right? Or not in Milwaukee, in Miami.
Going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What is it right now?
26 at the end of the third. 86-60.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a done deal. That is a done deal.
I mean, the Heat will push them to 4 games, so.
That's a sweep, Carson.
Yeah. Last time I checked, at least.
That's what I'm. That was. Yeah.
That was the joke.
Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, I guess some stuff in the NBA is happening right now. Everything just happens so much, right?
Yeah.
Everything really does happen. But we got a couple storylines going on. The playoffs are in full force, so that's always fun to transition from that boring and just painful regular season to the playoffs are so close, but maybe these couple games will matter, but not really. And then finally, wait, then the play-in, my fault. Which was
Pause. It had
which
its
was pretty
moments.
interesting. It did.
It was
I'm here
fine,
for it.
Cute. It was cute.
It was.
Yeah,
But I'll
and
watch.
for a trial run. It was really successful.
Yeah, I think so too.
Last year was the trial run.
Well, the first intentional trial run. Sorry.
But looking forward to seeing that next year. We'll tune in. It's kind of like your middle ground between regular season and playoffs. So I mean, it was interesting. But finally, we just got some playoff basketball, and there's been some interesting storylines so far. First of all, something that kind of surprised all of us here at UST Sports: the Mavs going up 2-0 on the Clippers. So guys,
Hey, look at Mavs, baby.
Yeah, Luka
I guess-
Magic.
I guess it wasn't Doc Rivers then, right?
I guess it's Paul P. I don't know why I
Guys,
said Paul. Playoff
I-
P.
I don't understand how he's so bad in the playoffs. Every
I mean, to be
year-
fair, was he really even that good in the regular season?
Oh, I mean, but he's good. I think we all know
he is
he's
a
good.
basketball player.
He's a Hall of Famer, probably.
Probably
doubt.
it's stupid. But
I mean, come on. If Kyle Lowry is
me watching
yeah,
the NBA Hall of Fame inductees the other day, just like, okay, what was his name? Chris
Kobe
Webber.
Bryant.
Like,
Okay, well, Chris Webber was one of the best players in the league at any point. Kyle
I
Lowry,
know,
come on.
but like, I was looking at him, just like, I should be happy for you,
Oh,
Chris
yeah,
Webber, but I'm not.
Yeah.
They can induct me in the NBA Hall of Fame. I'd be like, whatever.
I mean, if you go and you play like
Above average.
I'm not a Russell Westbrook hater, but like, dude.
you make $40 million a year, you get popcorn thrown on you, dude. I
He-
don't care. You can drench me in piss in the middle of every single game, and I'm just drinking it. I make $40 million a
You
year.
can
think
you
I
can
care?
waterboard me in between every quarter.
Oh my
And I-
gosh.
Honestly,
It's
I
not
wouldn't-
like he was gonna get hurt. Like it's popcorn.
It was popcorn. Oh, maybe he got grease on his uniform, butter.
But it's not like he.
Put
I mean, it's not like they
grease
don't
on his
just wash.
hand.
Like it's not like he has to wash them. Like after the game.
No, he gives them away. He literally probably leaves them in the locker room, unless he gives it to a
Dude,
fan.
somebody dump popcorn on me. I'm eating a piece.
Dude, thanks for Terrell Owens did that. He dumped popcorn on himself.
Yeah. How many fans have or players have taken popcorn from fans?
Not
There are
Russell
so many.
Westbrook.
No. Russell
But-
Westbrook definitely up there with Kyrie Irving as just the most
Diva.
butthurt players.
But on the
Yeah.
flip side, Trae Young gets spit on and doesn't even flinch.
Yeah. And that I think is cause to be upset. Like,
I would get
well,
pissed.
okay. I think
Spit
having
it on me,
popcorn
spat,
poured
bought.
on you,
But
you
also,
can get upset.
the
But
spit it's allegedly. He was allegedly spit on.
He was spit on.
we have to check the tapes.
Allegedly.
But did you see that the person who dumped popcorn on Russell Westbrook got their season tickets revoked forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of cringe.
Dumb.
But did you see that after the first game, they were saying F Trae Young? The second game, they gave out papers to all the fans that basically told them to chant "Trae is bald."
Yep, that is unbelievably funny. I hate Trae Young.
Might be the cringest thing of all time.
That's funny. It's funny.
No, because they're
To
trying
get-
to say, don't say F him, say he's bald.
Oh, I thought you meant fans handed that out.
No.
Yeah, it was like in their seats, right? Like that was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but the fact that the Hawks or the not the Hawks, what the frick? Who are they playing? Tell me.
The Knicks.
The Knicks.
Even
That
Yeah.
that MSG is there setting papers in everybody's seats saying that Trae Young is bald is also funny.
It is pretty funny.
I just want a video just going through like 25 rows and just say Trey's bald, Trey's bald, Trey's bald.
That's funny, but it's also
It is. It's also cringe because they were saying F Trey Young, and that's even better.
that's
Yeah.
funny too.
Well,
But then
F me, and then I hit the shot.
he's like Theo in Atlanta. Not from
Mentality.
Theo in Atlanta in the A. But I hate Trae Young. But guys, the biggest storyline of all so far. LeBron versus the Suns.
Hmm.
Struggle in game one.
No, we're in the process of a gentleman's sweep. It's not really going to be much of a story.
Well, guys,
about
it's
a week.
every single time they lose their first game of the series. It happens every single time with this Lakers team. And everybody overreacts. Everybody, they're gonna lose the series. It happened with Damian Lillard last that Blazers team.
Yeah,
And
Damian looking into the camera.
Hmm.
But it's just it's stupid. It's LeBron. It's AD. AD came back and had a huge game after struggling the first one. They've been out a while. It's going to take them a couple games to get back in the flow of it. Raise your hand if you're nervous about this team going forward in terms of
My
them
hand's
losing.
not raised.
No.
My hand's not raised.
I want
And
it to
Chris
be, though.
Paul is injured.
Is it though, Austin? No.
No,
Because they're
it's
the
not, but I want it to be.
Yeah,
it's the
you
Lakers.
hate him, but they're going to win it all.
If not win it all, they will make the finals
Yeah.
because LeBron doesn't go to the postseason and not make the finals.
Yeah.
That is true.
I just don't like him. It's just he is a massive human being that is insanely athletic and gets touched and turns into a 12-year-old girl.
Listen, those
And-
eye pokes can be deadly.
And a lot of them do that. A lot of NBA players do that. But he's supposed to be the best. Hold him to a higher standard.
Okay, but that's
That's not fair.
That's A, not fair, and B, literally every single player in the league does that now. And C, he's still just better.
If he doesn't get fined, and Porzingis did, I'm pissed.
For the COVID thing?
Yeah.
Well, it's because it was like a promotional event for a brand that he owns or something like that. And they gave him a pass for it. And people were required to get COVID tested or prove that they got vaccinated before.
Free Porzingis.
They already came out and finished that whole thing.
Yeah.
Also, Carson, you're listing out all those things that makes you not hate LeBron. Also, he has never gotten to any off the court drama ever.
No,
So
we're not talking about off the court drama because it's a lot of bad stuff. But LeBron is actually a great person.
he is.
Oh, he is.
That's why I don't
And he's the
understand why
greatest
people-
of all time. So it's
That's
like
true,
it's a
too.
double whammy. It's a double whammy.
But we're not in the convo for greatest of all time. That can be
we're not,
we
because
can
it's
have
not
we
a
can have
convo.
we can have an episode dedicated to that when NBA season winds down. That would be kind of fun. Presenting just like our top fives and why. That'd be fun.
That would
But
be fun.
we're tuning in Lakers Suns game 3 tonight. Some other games tonight, but who cares? And yeah, I think that's it for NBA this week, boys. Any other last thoughts about that?
No, other than I'm very sad that the Nets are not even going to give the Celtics the gentleman's sweep.
Yeah,
That's tough.
that team's good.
Yeah, and maybe one note that I was right about Jimmy Butler, but I was wrong about Giannis.
What do you mean?
Well, I said I was wrong. You can quote me. I was wrong about Jimmy Butler. They're gonna win some games. Nope, I was right about Jimmy Butler. He sucks. I was wrong about Giannis. He can win in the playoff series. So they're going to win.
Imagine, though, they get reverse swept.
Please, after I say that.
Please. I hope so. Because, man,
That would be hilarious.
I want to see more Jimmy Butler and Duncan Robinson.
Oh, don't you mean Tyler Hero?
Him, too.
Guys,
The
remember when
lip.
he snarled?
Yes.
Yeah, and then it was over after that.
Worst decision he's ever made.
It's tough.
So funny.
But guys, now the highlight of last week.
Well,
We're moving on from NBA. We're moving on from NBA.
okay.
The highlight from last week. We said it before that Jared Vanderaa was fighting Bokotov Tafa. I don't remember his first name.
Justin.
Justin
Judden.
Tafa. Jidden Tafa. And guys, Jared Vanderaa won.
Gosh, dude, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Jared Vanderaa, out there getting his freaking first dub in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Jared, we cannot be more proud. We tuned in. We were freaking pumped the entire time. And were our hearts pounding? Yes. Were we excited? Yes. But in the end, you got your hand raised, buddy. A toast
I
to
was
Jared Vanderaa.
scared, but I love him. Love you, Jared. Can't wait to have you on again. And
Mhm.
congratulations.
And he had a nasty cut on his head.
Yeah.
That would have immediately, I would have started crying and been done.
You. Well, I mean, if you were all coked up like UFC fighters are.
hmm But also, dude, Jared, that chin that he was talking about when he got on our show, I mean, that thing is legit.
Oh, yeah.
He got
Yeah.
he got rocked time and time again. It looked like nothing happened. But at the same time, Justin was rocking Tafa too. And
Yeah. Or what did I say earlier? Iron chin, paper forehead.
yeah, iron chin, paper forehead. And Jared's post-fight conference, he also said that he cuts super easy, but that chin's not going out.
Yeah. But if it doesn't really bother you, I mean, in a 3-round fight, you can afford to bleed a little bit, like as long as you're not on the ground, like getting strained, right? So
Yeah, and at least the cut wasn't over his eye or anything, so it wasn't like impairing his vision at all.
yeah, there was
The
a
good thing
lot
was
of
the
bloody
guy was good.
fights on that card.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch 90% of the card just because we were at Carson, we're at a buddy's wedding, but like obviously we had to make time for Jared. And I got to watch the Cody Garbrandt Rob Font fight, which was sucks Cody lost, but yeah. Jared Vanderaa, ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congrats,
It
Jared.
was super hype. Super.
And in some other UFC news, John Jones said yesterday, I think, that he's not going to be fighting for at least another year at heavyweight. I'm sick and tired of this. Go for it.
Well, I think what he said, because like it's come out that they want to have this rematch with Ngannou and Lewis, which is fine or whatever. It's probably going to be awful. Obviously, we don't hope so, but and I think what John Jones said was kind of worded like, I'm only going to get better and more comfortable in my new body, so I'm fine with waiting. But of course, it was reported as the fight's off. John Jones isn't fighting until next year.
Yeah.
But I believe that's how he worded it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, giving him extra time to kind of grow and experience fighting at heavyweight, I'm fine with. Like, obviously, that's a super hype fight that we want to see, but, I mean, would we not want to see it better in a year as opposed to rushed?
Yeah, I guess, but, I mean, I'd like to see John Jones fight ASAP, but I guess that's me just being greedy.
No, I mean, me too. Trust me. I very rarely pay to watch the UFC, but you bet I'm paying for that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully John Jones can get out in the octagon soon because it's been already a year and some change.
And I just want to see Ngannou again.
Me too. He's
So,
huge.
True.
honestly, I would be kind of fine with Ngannou, Derek Lewis, especially if Ngannou, obviously, he's going to look like unreal. He's
But
not
what
going
if
to be human.
what if the Black Beast wins again?
Well,
How much of a spiral would that be?
But then we just get to see it again, right?
that's true, but also, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Ngannou actually looked like a complete fighter, though, and Derek Lewis did not.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can catch Francis because, well, Francis has like 9-foot arms. That might be accurate.
It might be maybe
On
30
each
feet.
on each side.
Yeah.
9 feet. Can you
But-
He
imagine?
might actually have a 9-foot wingspan. That's not true, but still.
He does.
He's huge. Moral of the story: he's huge.
Also, guys, some more last UFC news. Reported yesterday that GSP has agreed to a fight against Khabib, according to Dana White, for a non-title shot at 165 pounds. And if Dana White's coming out and saying that, maybe we've heard the reports for the past couple years, right? But Dana White has never
Yeah.
come out and said that.
Right.
That's big time. Obviously,
Well, yeah.
Khabib also needs to agree. There's two sides to the
Yeah.
coin. He was offered $100 million to fight Floyd Mayweather, and he turned it down. So, will he fight GSP? I mean, initially, I'm going to say no. But this is the one fight he said that he would come out of retirement for, potentially. So, is there a shot? Maybe. Will it happen? Maybe. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you.
I just don't really think there's a shot for this to actually happen.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Maybe,
'cause he
maybe
had,
a
like-
year ago, and if there was actual traction.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's kind of like a dead idea.
Yeah.
Like it's been pondered on for so long.
Okay,
Well,
but if it happened,
it'd be cool.
then everything would go back. It'd be one of the biggest fights of all time.
Yeah, but I'm
If
saying
not all
that
time.
hype is that hype is needed to get the fight to happen, and it's just not there anymore.
Yeah. I think because he had like a sincere, like down to earth reason for quitting, or for retiring, not quitting. I think it would be very, very difficult to pull him out, and it would have to be like he really wants it, not, oh, I could make some money. Like, I think that
Yeah,
his reason is gonna stand. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I
I
mean,
think
what if
and
330
we
and
don't
0?
blame him.
Oh no, not at all. I think that's a perfectly respectable reason to retire,
Yeah,
especially when you have nothing to prove.
You said a free 30-0?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't really disagree. Of course, GSP came out of retirement and won a title, but that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, he's 40 years old now.
But now it's been 4 more years, and he's going to do it again against a better fighter.
Maybe the best like wrestler of all time.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't have. I'm not saying anything.
Rather than Bisping, who isn't.
Yeah, I mean,
But also, it's like the
GSP
whole weight
dominated
comes
that
in.
fight.
The whole weight thing comes in. So it's kind of like they would meet at welter, correct?
No. Well, technically it would be welter, but it'd be 165 max.
Which is welter, right?
Welter's up to 170.
Is it? Okay. So they would fight at 165. So interesting.
It is. But I guess that's enough on the UFC. That's enough speculating for a day. But time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Whoop.
Sick.
Whoa.
Months.
Whoa. Carson, kick us off. I think you got some trivia for us, buddy.
The trivia.
Oh, that's a good trivia question, actually.
Awesome. So I have a trivia question for you guys
Mm-hmm.
in honor of the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you a year. Not that that statement relates to anything.
Okay.
But there was a year when the NBA expanded to 16 teams in the playoffs. And there was also a year where they expanded to 7-game series in the first round, sorry. When was the first 7-game series win by an 8 seed in the first round?
The first
What?
8 seed in a 7-game series
The
to
first 8 seed to win a best of 7 series against the number 1 seed, obviously.
Never. Final answer.
It's a
win. No,
good
it's
final answer.
happened.
The first time.
I mean, I have no idea. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
It's
I
gonna
have
be
a,
like the
I
it's gonna be like
have,
the Bucks or the Hawks or something.
oh man.
Brandon Jennings have a career day or something.
Career day, it's a 7-game series.
Well, he had a career day in one of them. One of the wins
4 career days.
was
Right
it
outside
John
All right.
John
All right, I
Henson
don't
or-
have a year, but I'm gonna say it was Pistons over Magic.
You have to have a year. That's what we're
No,
doing.
I don't know. I don't know the year.
That would
It'd
I mean,
be-
either way it's fine.
That would be the 96,
So
right?
The Bobcats
yeah,
faced the
so-
Magic in the first round of the playoffs in 2007. They were the 8th seed.
Wow.
Fun fact.
So Austin, every single bit of what you said was wrong.
Yes.
Bryce actually just said the year. So I'm gonna give him credit for that. 2007.
Yeah.
It was the Bobcats.
Shut up.
Obviously not.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Have they ever
It
even
was-
won a playoff series?
Yeah.
Did they ever win?
Yeah, did they? Rest in peace to the Bobcats. Yeah, so they expanded to 16 teams in 1984. And the first round series started being 7 games in 2003.
Oh, rip.
The first time that the 8 seed ever won was in 2007, and it was the Golden State Warriors over the Dallas Mavericks, who were the title favorites.
Was that the We Believe Warriors?
It was Baron Davis averaged 25 points, Steven
Yes,
Jackson
it was.
averaged
Dude.
23 points, and Jason Richardson averaged 20 points.
Is that when Baron Davis dunked on that dude and lifted his shirt up?
I don't remember, but
Yes,
Steph
it
Curry
was.
did that too.
I know. It was cringe.
Yeah, it's also happened a couple times since, but those don't matter. First time ever.
Matters.
Yeah, because that's what history will
was
remember.
2007. Yep. So that's trivia for the week.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Carson.
Hey, you're welcome. You.
Well, before I throw it back to you, we've got a Hook'em update, and I have to apologize. In the pre-podcast
Pre-draft.
lobby, I made a mistake. I misread what you picked last week. I thought you picked the Bucks over the Heat in the first game. You picked it the other way. So what was a 3-0 week turned into a 2-1 week, and what was a 7-5 month turned into a 6-6 month. Meaning,
We'll take 500.
500 makes the playoffs in the East, so
It does.
makes like the
And-
second
and
seed in
we're
the
in the
East. So that brings your total career record to 24, 23, and 1. So it's very mathematical because it looks like 24 minus 23 equals 1.
Wow. So I'm above 500.
You are above 500.
Yeah. So realistically, if I don't pick awful situations and games, I'm like a 600. I'm like winning 600 of my picks.
Yeah, if you don't pick golf or horse racing, you probably
Yeah,
go up
pretty much.
several
Wait,
points.
what was his tie?
It was the canceled game between Tennessee and Florida.
Florida and Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah.
That ended up getting played, but it didn't because it was a month and a half later.
And you
Fair
did
enough.
pick the correct team if we
Yeah.
went off of the game that was actually played.
We don't.
But I think
But,
they did
yeah.
play. I think they ended up playing twice.
Well, did they play in the SEC tournament?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure though, but that's not the topic of conversation.
But still
24,
respectable.
23 and 1.
Respectable.
I'll take it.
That's
At some point,
that's contending.
Yeah, we'll give that tie to the committee at some point.
Yeah.
But we'll take it for now. We'll take it. But
The sad one that
we
you
are
missed was the
weakness.
Vladdy one, right? Like,
well, that's the
Vladdy.
thing. Like if it had been a week later, he's hit like 8 home runs since then. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm surprised he hasn't hit
Some
more
of
playing
my
in that tiny stadium.
It's huge. So hook 'em.
Absolutely hook him.
May 28th, 8:30. Clippers at the Bad Boy Mavs, Game 3. Luka versus Playoff P. And I mean, come on, right? Like, they take 2 games on the road, they go home, and they're going to close out the series, right?
Yes.
One would think. I mean, there's no way the Clippers get swept, right? They have too much talent.
Mm-hmm.
They're the secondary favorite. They're probably not too far behind in betting odds to still come back in this series. I think the Clippers will go in to Dallas and make a statement on Friday, which is very soon. I didn't realize. I thought it was a couple days away, but it's very not. But yeah, I think Clippers take game 3. Hook 'em Clippers. I don't actually believe hook 'em Clippers, but for this game, I'm taking them.
Hook 'em.
And just to have a little bit of differential is what I'm calling it. And I don't want to pick horse racing. We've got the return of baseball to hook 'em this week after the Jared fight last week in hook 'em. Saturday, it's a day game, 3:00. It's not on any TV, so sorry everyone. Marlins at Red Sox. Austin's Red Sox against the Marlins, who should be bad but aren't.
Yeah. Jazz Chisholm.
So basically, Rogers, the pitcher for the Marlins, has only allowed like 1 run in his past 4 outings. So the Marlins are going to win. Suck it, Red Sox. Hook 'em Marlins. Hook 'em
Hey,
Fish.
that's tough on my boy Evaldi.
That's tough. He throws heat, but he's bad. All right. Speaking of, wait. We didn't talk. Didn't Ja drop like 48 the other
40.
night?
Was it 48?
It was something like that. We'll have to get to our stats guy, but that leads into this one. Saturday, 8:30, Jazz at the Glizzies, Game 3. This series is 1-1. I hope it ends up being a really good series.
Night, or maybe it was 40.
It was 47. Stats guy just told me.
47, yeah. So that's awesome. This is turning out to be a really good series. It might be one of the, 3 or 4 good series we get in the first round. It's looking like, Suns, Lakers, Clippers, Mavs, Knicks and the Hawks might be the best series. But this one, the Jazz at the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies had a really good game. Game 1. I might be the biggest Valanciunas guy on the planet. So yeah, no. Now I'm not sure. I don't know if Donovan Mitchell's going to be playing, but even if he is, give me the Glizzies. Screw it. We'll take an upset.
Oof.
It's a home game. It's a very important game. Game 3.
And Ja Morant.
Ja will have like 28, 5, and 1, and Valanciunas is going to have 32, and he's only going to miss 3 shots.
Efficiency.
Hook 'em Grizzlies, Hook 'em Marlin, and Hook 'em Clippers.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em, baby.
Carson, we're excited for you to go. You're going to be officially 500 after this week. You're going to go 1-2.
Shut up.
Just
I'm
like
going
to let
3
you know
now,
that.
baby.
Okay, fine. But now we just got done with everybody's favorite segment. Now on to most people's favorite segment.
Yeah.
Top 3 board games this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
And
Really
first,
throw a wrench in that one.
first of all, I would like to just clarify something before I go breaking the rules.
Don't do it. Just
Oh,
break the
here we
rules.
go.
You're known for breaking the rules. Just
No,
do it.
there's a board game. Are we thinking just like games, like, a rummy cube type thing? Does that count as a board game, or does it have to have a board?
I mean, tabletop games can generally be considered board games. I'm fine with
I
that.
I would
breaking the
count
rules.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
I draw the line at like pretty much anything other than D&D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that still like has a board, but
Yeah, the board's
not
the least
always
important part of
necessarily.
D&D.
Yeah.
Not that I play it. Not that I would ever play it, especially after watching Stranger Things.
But
Okay. Just
Yeah, but-
one.
yeah, but
just
we're-
one note. One note about not that we're a Stranger Things podcast, but the only thing that Will ever wanted to do was go play D&D.
It's so
The
annoying.
end of the world, and he just wants to go play D&D. All right, top 3, Austin.
Let
Give
him-
it to us.
Wow, okay. So maybe this is bending the rules. It's definitely not breaking.
Shut up.
But-
Okay, no, we just defined what's breaking the rules or not. It can be a
Okay.
tabletop game. It can't be like cornhole.
Well, you could play cornhole on a tabletop, but it's called coin hole, and you flick coins. I've literally seen it, but I gotta go Uno attack at number 3.
Either. Okay, that's fine. See,
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
fine. That's fine.
I'm not counting card games, but games like that are fine.
Yeah, because you don't necessarily play with a board, but you don't necessarily play it like normal cards. So
Yep, I
Yeah.
agree.
Exactly.
and I love Uno attack, and then Life. The old
That's
one,
good.
not the new one, because the new one confuses me. But the old one, which is probably the one that we all know, where it's like you have a set path where it's like college, no college, marriage, kids, done. Like the new one, it's like you could go into entertainment, or you could be an athlete, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
It's like
You
that
can be a
bit
social
life
media
game.
influencer.
Yeah,
Streamer.
whatever that means. You could be an influencer.
You could be a podcaster.
Oh, wait a minute. That sounds like a lot of
Now-
fun. We should start a podcast.
Now insert the Spider-Man meme where we're pointing.
I'm pointing at my camera, even though I can't see you guys. But anyways, my number 1 classic game, Monopoly. Not the version where you play with the real money though. The one where you play with the credit cards and there's a little machine. Because I always got to run the machine and I loved it. So
What?
Shut up. That's bending, not breaking.
The
Bending.
credit card? Having the money in your hands half the fun.
Yeah, no, that's all the fun.
Yeah, I know.
I thought the money smelled
Yeah.
weird.
Not a credit
It's
card.
paper.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, dude, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
shut up.
That gets 2 thumbs down from Bear.
Well, at least it wasn't
Two
cheese
thumbs down,
fries
fine.
and bacon cheese fries.
Chili cheese fries and
Bacon
peppers
cheese
and onions on your
fries.
cheese fries and
Fries.
steak cheese fries and
Curly cheese
curly
fries.
yeah.
Austin's cheese fries obsession.
And then you get into chips, and it's just a whole different story with chips.
Here,
But
Austin, what's your third board game, dude? Holy crap.
my third, it was Uno Attack, Life, and then Monopoly.
Monopoly with a credit card,
Yes.
which gives you a negative point. All right, I guess I can go then. Coming in.
Chronological order.
No, there is no particular order. I don't think any of these are really like above the other. But number 3, I'm gonna put Settlers of Catan.
Great game.
Oh, I love it. Not as much as some other people, but I still love it.
Well, before something happened in that, I would have definitely had it in my top 3. But we're not going into detail.
Okay. Number 2, we have chess, classic. I enjoy playing it. There's a lot of strategy. I'm a pretty deep thinker, but sometimes I can't see the whole board and I just screw myself over. But yeah, I enjoy playing some chess. And number 1, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Scattergories or not,
Oh
but
yeah.
I love me
I'm
a good
not.
game. Essentially, Carson, you have a piece of paper, a list 1 through 10, it's all blank, and you have a specific category that you're doing. And it would go down like types of sandwich, sodas, um, things you would find in a drawer, like at a business, and you'd roll a dice with a random letter on it, and you have to go down the list and um, write something that begins with that letter in that particular category. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
It is. It's one of those like thinking games or like mental like stimulation games.
And I like it a lot because
We'll have to
obviously
play it sometime.
you can be creative with it, but then that leads to people like me kind of going too outside the box, and just fun arguments come from that. So those are my top 3. No particular order.
Carson turn.
That's
Carson.
respectable.
All right, number 3, I'm gonna have Battleship
Okay.
because
Classic.
it might be like I don't know. It feels like a chore when you're playing it, but then again, I don't think I'll ever decline to play Battleship.
The ultimate test of skill.
It's
It
just
is.
kind of like I don't know. It's fun. It's just a good old game, and you have to be like so close, so it's kind of cool. Number 2, I'm gonna go Monopoly, but I'm going the real version, the kind with money.
Okay.
Not the stupid credit
Dude.
Not the
card.
credit card that you swipe. Not the credit card that
You
you
don't even
swipe.
swipe it, you
Back in
insert
my
it.
day. Oh, it's got a chip. That's how advanced.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, well, eventually they're gonna have the tap credit card. For
Oh my
Monopoly.
gosh.
And
You play with your
kids these days
phone
will
and
never
it's
know what paper
it's
money
just
is.
Apple Pay.
You just Apple Pay and you go to an app to manage all your
Yeah,
property.
you Venmo.
Oh my gosh. I bet there's a version
Oh
like
my-
that now. I bet.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it
probably
either.
would too. It's pretty awesome. And then number 1, it's not gonna be a game that I've ever played. So I don't know if that's allowed. But
We didn't
Sorry
say.
Sliders.
Interesting.
Sorry, with the little rollers.
Sorry was a fun game. Sorry Sliders, no clue what it is, no clue how it's different. But I might have seen that might be the one commercial I saw the most between
Oh,
ages like 5
Carson,
and
Oh,
right when you said it, I immediately started playing the commercials in my mind.
I should
I've
have.
never
Yeah.
played it either, but I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I should have picked Hungry Hungry Hippos for that reason.
Oh my gosh,
I've
talk
played
about a
that.
good game.
Well, I should have put Mighty Beans. I don't know what the point of those were, but
Hungry Hippos might be the most fun game ever.
I should have put Shoots and Ladders.
So yeah, number
Fushigi.
1 is Sorry Sliders. But that's enough for top 3. We are definitely qualified though.
It's
Super
true.
qualified.
And we're playing Sorry Sliders next time that we're all together, and we have to have a 4th person because of Sorry Sliders.
And
Us and
Catan.
Jared Vanderaa. Except that that's not what it's called.
And I'll bring the Fushigi.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, guys,
that was
we
everybody's favorite part of the show.
now for everybody's favorite part of the show, we have This Week in Sports History. We have this week in 1980, That was a long time ago. That was 21 minus 20, which is 41. That's
Wow.
basic arithmetic. We
Wow.
have
I don't know what that means.
Larry Bird beating out Magic Johnson for Rookie of the Year. The kind of start to it all, even though they faced in the national championship, the beginning of their NBA
Dominance.
dominance and fervor and
Kingship.
hate and respect and
Rivalry.
that's the word I was looking for. But I guess that's an important landmark, right? Magic
yeah.
Johnson beats him in the national championship. Larry Bird beats him for Rookie of the Year, and then the rest is kind of history. Start to the greatest rivalry in NBA history.
Well, now we
Well-
have Kobe and LeBron.
Well, no. Well, actually, now we have Kyrie Irving against showing up.
Ooh, true. We have James
Russell
Harden.
Westbrook versus popcorn
Well, Russell Westbrook versus winning. So,
That's tough. That's
or
tough
James
for
Harden
some
versus
points.
trying,
on defense.
even on offense. Just so effortless for him at this point.
It is. It is. But yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we really got for you this week in terms of our unqualified sports knowledge. We're excited to see where this NBA postseason goes to. Happy birthday to Vontae Davis. And obviously we'll keep you updated with the latest NBA playoff news and NFL postseason, MLB season, UFC. There wasn't much going on in the MLB this week. We did forget to point that out. We kind of just
No,
skipped
not
over.
It was
quite.
kind of a lull
Well,
week.
it'll be next week.
Next
Yeah.
week
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
catch up, and I'll contribute a lot. But
True.
yeah, we'll see y'all for week 17, one step closer to college for our podcast. And we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. See you next week.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.